Hey everyone, this is Buddy back with another video. I found out some cool Mac tips and tricks that maybe you guys haven't seen before, or maybe they'll actually help you guys use more effectively in your real life, and I thought I'd share them with you. Let's get straight into seeing what these tips are. Alright, so for the first tip, we're going to be looking at using your Mac with an external display. So right now I have this LG ultra-wide display, which you guys can actually check out my review of this monitor up here and either clicking on a card, or down in the description there's a link as well that you can get to there. I plugged in this ultra-wide to use mainly with my MacBook. For the most part, I keep my MacBook over here, kind of just off to the side, not really using it too much. If you want to show all your notifications, your volume, your brightness, all those things on your external display instead of your main Mac computer, you're gonna have to change something in the settings. So if you come to System Preferences, or you can go up to the Mac icon and click it, or you can just click it down in the toolbar for me, and you go to Displays, you will be brought up with Arrangement at the top, and then if you see this tiny little gray bar there that I'm hovered over, you will find that you can actually click that and move it to another display. Your display will light up red, but basically that little header bar will tell the computer what is your main display that you want to view all of your notifications, your heads up things, and all that stuff. So then once you move that, you can actually see your volume and see those notifications on the display you would like. The next tip I want to kind of talk to you guys about is the Notes app or Stickies. So Stickies are actually post-it notes that are only on the macOS. So you can only use Stickies on your Mac computer compared to the Notes app that you can use across your devices. So whether your iPhone, Mac, or your iPad, you can use them across all of them and they will actually sync, which is super nice. So the Notes app is neat because you can actually write on it when you get onto it with your Apple Pencil on your iPad. With me wanting to write on some of these notes that I have, maybe do some mental math, not mental math, physical math with pencil and paper, I can do it on there and save it in a Notes app and then read it later on my Mac. So that's super handy, especially because you can do some more controls, and they're even adding more functionality with the latest version coming in September. But basically it just makes it a little bit easier to bold, underline, write with your handwriting, different pens, stuff like that. Now Stickies is a little bit different. So Stickies is like the Notes version, just kind of dumbed down into a different kind of visual model with Stickies, because you can come up to the color at the top left-hand corner and even choose a different sticky note. So after you change these colors, they'll kind of hang out around your desktop, maybe like a note that you want to leave there so you remember to, say, email someone or do Mac activities with. Instead of having to pull up a Notes app and search through a bunch of notes, you could just have tiny little Stickies individually set out compared to a Notes app, which kind of makes you have to open them all. If that makes sense, the Stickies is just a little bit different functionality, and it takes some almost using it first to kind of get into the habit of actually using them all the time. Now the next feature I want to show you is actually pretty neat, I think. It's called Handoff, and it uses continuity with your iPad, Mac, and iPhone. So basically if you go into your display set, or if you go into your system preferences, go into General, and then make sure that Allow Handoff is checked between allowing this between your Mac and iCloud devices at the bottom. This will allow you to actually get access to the other things you're doing on another device. For instance, let's take this search bar. If I search Goober and Buddy, because I want to make sure that I'm subscribed to them, and you guys should make sure you're subscribed to them as well, and hit copy on my Mac, if I go onto my iPad, I can actually go on to a search thing and it will say text you copied up at the top. And I can even tap and hit paste, and it'll paste something that I copied on my Mac on my iPad. Now another cool thing is say I actually did want to paste that and hit go. Now it brings up the search results on Google. Now if I go into my Mac, it'll actually bring up a little thing in the bottom left-hand corner of my toolbar at the bottom. Click on it. It will actually bring up that web page on my Mac. So it knows what I'm looking at here and it'll bring it up there. Now one keyboard shortcut that I kind of wanted to let you guys know about is actually kind of a little bit tricky to remember at first, especially when you're not used to using it. But if you hit Control Command Spacebar, it'll actually open up the emojis for you. All I'd have to do is hit Control Command Space, then it brings up emojis. I can just click on the emoji and it inserts it right into the text field I was typing in. So the next thing I thought was a really cool little trick that you guys can use is if you go onto your screen, go onto your dock, and you see that downloads folder or whatever folder that you have there. I usually have the downloads folder there. If you click on it and it opens up in that kind of like, if you hover over one of them with your mouse and then hit space, it'll actually pull it up in a preview window. So you can actually see what you're gonna look at without needing to click into it. Another neat feature that you guys will find useful is when you need to import a photo into your computer. You don't want to have to go through the process of taking the picture, uploading it to the Mac, or airdropping it or something. There's actually a pretty quicker way. You just right click, so 2 fingers, right click on the desktop, hit import from iPhone or iPad, then hit take photo. Automatically your phone will turn on and it will open the photo. And then it'll say retake or use, and I hit use. Bang, it instantly goes away and it sent the picture to my desktop, and here it is. There's the picture right there. This is really handy for when you have to kind of upload photos for, say, a work device, or say a profile picture or something like that, or say you have to scan in documents. This is a great and easy way to do that. The last tip I kind of want to show you guys is the tip that a lot of people have kind of been going around lately, but maybe it's been a widely known thing, but it's a little tip just to kind of spice up your desktop a little bit. Now, that background was tough to see, but on this background you can see in that upper right hand corner that I do have just the Apple logo. Now, the only thing that is a little bit tricky and that I don't like about this is that you can't click on the picture. Like, I double click that Apple logo and nothing happens. So you can't actually click on the picture, you have to click on the words now to open it. So if this is bothersome to you guys actually have to go into that I thing and hit delete, the delete key, and it'll change it back, and then you can click on it like normal. I don't know why that's a thing or why that's like a bug or something like that. It's really weird, but that's how it is. So you just make sure you guys know that when you guys are changing your icons. But that's been it for this video, guys. Make sure before you go, hit that big red subscribe button and gray it out so you stay up to date with all of our future videos. We're trying to reach a ton of subs. We just reached 2K, which is super cool. Leave your comments below if you guys found that useful or want to see another video like this. I do have one maybe planned for the iPhone tips and tricks kind of thing, but let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Stick around for some other videos and check out the channel, but I'll see you in the next video.